So being part of Stacks 25 is a great honor. We're extremely grateful to be selected. MIT has created an amazing community of entrepreneurs, engineers, and visionaries that it reminds me in many ways of Renaissance Florence. It's quite bizarre that I had to come all the way from Italy to relive the atmosphere of Renaissance Florence. But the atmosphere in Kendall Square is just incredible. Being part of this community is a privilege, and it's a great honor. So I consider myself extremely blessed. Yes, so ILP has been instrumental for us. Several extremely important conversations that we are having with customers came because of ILP. The program directors helped us tremendously in reaching out to decision makers at major corporations and essentially walked us through the process by introducing us to the right people. So, for example, we are in the process, hopefully, of selling our second machine to an important customer in France, and that came through ILP. The traditional model of how you grow a 3D printing company is now well established. The typical model is sell equipment, sell materials, and sell software. We are a startup, we have a disruptive technology, so we are open to considering different business models that will help customers launch products faster. So in the end, that is what matters. What we have noticed is that many customers are still a little bit reluctant to adopt 3D printing because of lack of good materials, lack of repeatability and precision, or simply lack of knowledge of the field. So before they can place an order for the machine, they want to have had a history of interaction with our company. So what will happen, most likely, is that we will start by expanding internal manufacturing capabilities by offering on-demand manufacturing to customers. And only once a customer feels the need to have their own printer in-house, then we'll provide the printers to them and we'll build out the manufacturing line for them. But I could easily see a future. Actually, I love fly fishing, so I go fishing on the Quabbin Reservoir. It's in western Massachusetts, and not far from there, there is a beautiful area. I think it's called North Adams, and you see a lot of awesome brick buildings that are semi-abandoned. Probably they were maybe paper mills or factories that are no longer used. My dream is to build out the factories of the future around Massachusetts. So we could easily expand and create on-demand 3D printing factories that anybody could use with no need for upfront cost. So let's say, actually we just hired a high school student. He just finished high school and he's taking a gap year. And what I like is the creativity that young age comes with. I can easily imagine a future where high school students will think of new products and they could launch them and test them in the market with no need of capital. So in many ways, what I would like to see is the return of the Italian artisan. If you think about the great masterpieces of the past, like Michelangelo, Leonardo, so all those great works of art that we are accustomed to seeing in Florence were the fruit of incredible skill and creativity that was focused on a few products. While today, when we think of products, typically we have lost the touch of the person that designed or made them. In many ways, I think my dream is to bring back personality into large volume manufacturing. So that maybe in the future we'll no longer think of brands. Typically when we buy a product, we think of a brand. We'll think more of the person who designed the product, because once again, 3D printing will allow manufacturing power in the hands of anybody.